Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Besides the Point,
I
episode 74. No, I don't
thought you're
even
not
know.
doing numbers no more.
I don't know.
But yeah, this is our post Super Bowl
Or reaction,
podcast.
huh?
Reaction to everything. What stood out to you?
The game? Game-wise?
Sure, we'll do game wise first.
I mean, obviously the Chiefs struggled,
Yes.
and I mean the Eagles, man. The Eagles were good on both sides of the ball, and I think when you have like a super team like the Eagles, I think it's nice because like a lot of people got rings out of that.
Yeah.
You know, like
Saquon
and
AJ
Jalen Hurts.
Brown. Yeah.
Even like Darius Slay.
Mm-hmm. I think
And like
he's been
Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
You know, like those guys too. Like
Yeah.
it's nice. It's nice when you have a team like that and like a lot of people like even like Devonta Smith.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Heisman.
Devontae Smith won the Heisman. He won a national championship, and now a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah.
That's crazy.
So
I actually underestimated the Eagles because the thing is, I didn't really watch the Eagles like the full season. Really, just like fantasy wise. But I wasn't really tuned into their games. But like I underestimated them because they look dominant.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Patrick was not throwing shit.
And if I'm being honest, I think I don't think it really mattered like who. I think the Eagles was gonna win the Super Bowl, whoever was gonna be
Oh,
there.
you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Who did the Chiefs play? Oh, the Bills.
Bills. I think they would have
yeah.
wrecked the Bills
Yeah. Yeah.
and the Ravens.
Well, they're saying, with the roster being so stacked, like it's just they had no weaknesses, and
It had no, yeah.
they put, they paid their players, and it just showed on the field. I ended up Mahomes throwing him Hollywood Brown and 50-year-old DeAndre Hopkins. You know what I mean?
That was sad too, man. That was the one player I wish he had I wish he won. Is DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, he's been through it.
He's been through it,
He's been through it, man.
and
That was once he was like a top probably top 2 receiver when
probably
he was with the Texans.
top 2
Yeah.
with Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
Man, and that was like I think that's like the only.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got the halftime show. Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched all thing, yeah.
What was your assessment of it? Because I might have an opinion on it.
Okay. I mean, like I overall I liked it.
I liked it too.
I liked it.
I
I
liked it
I
too.
didn't think it was like because people on Twitter was like, oh, it's the worst performance ever.
They say it's like the most boring.
Yeah, I was just like, I mean, the thing is that I like Kendrick. I like music,
Mm-hmm.
and
I think what it was people missed the point that it was for the culture, hip hop culture, and if you're not versed in like what happened, the beef.
You know what? I was trying to explain mom and pop like why this is like.
Yeah.
Why is he performing? I was like, oh, like, do you know Drake, right? Drake. So he dissed Drake, and he's gonna perform this song. But they just did it like that demographic, like like they don't really get it.
That's the thing. If you didn't know the beef, like it's kind of hard, like because you have to go back like months. Because I think the beef started like March of 2024 or something like that.
Yeah, when he dropped
a year.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're gonna explain to someone like why this is so important,
the significance of it.
It's just a lot to it's just a lot to go through.
It's like, okay, he dissed him on like that, and then like, there's like so many parts to it.
Right. So went back all the way to this track called Like That.
Yeah. But I think that performance, man, I felt obviously like I think like I feel like he could have played his other songs.
Yeah.
From Good Kid, Mad City, but I mean, knowing like artists these days, they're gonna perform their latest shit, which was GNX, which I know probably a lot of people didn't want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I like the album, but I'm saying like he could have played like Mad City or some shit, or Money Trees. I don't know.
Money Tree. I was. I think I texted you during the game. I was like, "What do you think his first song was gonna be?" I thought it was gonna be like Backseat Freestyle because I thought he was gonna like come in hot.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Money Trees too. That would have been good. There's something on Twitter where like, what if he it was poetic justice, and then Drake just like
that would have been crazy. Kendrick said he has a special thing, right?
Yeah.
Which
was this pre like, because they had commercials of SZA like kind of closer to the game. Was this pre where he said like
I think that was in his Apple interview.
Oh, okay.
That he had a special thing.
Yeah.
Which I didn't really I think it's Serena when she was crip walking.
That's what I think, because after she
was that the surprise? Because I dead ass thought he was gonna bring out Lil Wayne. But obviously Lil he's not gonna fucking do that shit.
Yeah. I think Serena was because like,
is that the thing?
Yeah, because TikTok, Twitter, that's all they like are talking about is Serena crip walking.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that performance got really mixed reviews.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think partly because if you look at the past ones, like I think to me, do you remember Usher?
I remember Usher. Yeah,
that was amazing, right?
Well, because like so those performances like Usher and like
I think Bruno was
when
Bruno
like
was good too.
When like Snoop and like 50 and Eminem and for the LA one, they had multiple artists. Like even Usher had like Luda and like Lil Jon, I think. But this was just Kendrick and SZA.
I think the impact too, going back to your point, was that performance with the West Coast artists. They were in SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, they were in SoFi.
LA. So it was I would think there's much more hype behind that.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that like I feel like with those performances, I feel like people could have been, I like this Luda thing, or I liked it when Alicia Keys came out with Usher, but this was just Kendrick and SZA.
Yeah,
this was just those two.
Yep,
the whole halftime.
I think that's what it was.
And I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
maybe if Kendrick, I don't know, he brought out some other people.
That'd be crazy if he brought out like Lil Wayne.
But
that'd be crazy.
I liked it.
I think the second half I liked a lot, because that's when
of his performance.
Yeah, it was getting into the GNX stuff. TV Off when Mustard came out, that was pretty cool.
I liked when he did Humble. And then they had the American flag.
Yeah.
And then they were doing like that slow motion thing where they're like this and like I thought that was tight as fuck. I was like, damn, this shit's tight.
It was like we were watching it, right, with my friends, and then one of my friends noticed there was a guy next to Kendrick, and he kind of looked like DK Metcalf.
Okay.
Because he had like dyed hair, and he kind of looked like they had the same like face, kind of. So that was funny. But yeah, I mean, I like the. Oh, did you also notice that it was kind of like a game?
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that until like I watched guys. I watched it again on YouTube.
Anytime there's an X and O and square, I'm like, yeah, this is a game.
And then it said like game over. I don't know if when he like at the end where he like was walking off and he turned around. I don't know if he threw up the heart or like he was like turning off a.
I didn't even see that.
You didn't see that? You gotta watch it.
No,
because it's like throwing up the heart or he was turning off
the TV.
Yes, a metaphorical TV.
That's probably what it was.
Okay.
I don't think he was doing the I don't think he was doing the Korean heart.
Yeah, they went like this. You gotta watch it.
But yeah, I think like I was thinking this the other day. I'm like, man, this is too much for this diss. Nah. Because first of all, on top. Kendrick won the diss when he dropped Like That, or not like that. Not Like Us.
Yes.
Right. That's when he won it.
That's when he won. Yeah, because Drake didn't come back.
And then on top of that, he wins 5 Grammys from that thing. And then the next week, he performs on the biggest stage in America.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is a lot. This is like, okay, I get you killed Drake. Okay, I get it.
I think this was it. I don't think he's gonna do any more because remember,
I think he's gonna do like a South Park thing. I saw that.
No way.
I thought,
man, honestly, Super Bowl. That's it. Like you should.
I don't know.
Let this man like breathe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
but I think that to me, I think he should have stopped at the Super Bowl because remember that track, what was it with J. Cole, Drake and J. Cole?
Okay.
You know, because they were saying like as big as the Super Bowl.
Right.
So he proved his point already. Kendrick proved his point that he's as big as the Super Bowl because he performed at the Super Bowl. And I think that, like, I don't know. I don't know how much more he can.
Like, I don't know.
He's like beating a dead horse now.
Okay, dude. Like,
yeah.
You're better than Drake. Okay, I get it. Like, fuck.
Yeah. You know.
It's starting to become like everything he does now is he wants to prove that he's like, all right. Just,
This part, do you think, like, what's Drake doing right now?
I mean, I don't know.
Like, because I know he's still on tour, but I don't think he's touring in America. He's
It's like Australia,
some
shit like that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if he's ever gonna come back. I don't know.
But that's the thing is that, like, I don't know. I feel like this diss is, I don't know. I feel like he's not gonna go to LA. Like he's not gonna go there.
Yeah.
But I feel like people are gonna listen to Drake. People are gonna listen to Kendrick. I think this was just to see who's better.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kendrick proved that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lyrically, to see who's better. Like lyrically, like pen.
He took it on the next level.
Yeah.
And that's that. I don't know.
But if Drake makes a club banger, like people still gonna
if
listen
Drake
to that
drops
shit.
an album today, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
I think that's the.
Yeah, but people are still gonna focus on.
People like to choose a side.
They're gonna like go through the track list and be like, "What's the one where he talked about the situation?"
Kendrick. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's a fun. Like, I don't know. I feel like music now is so like, oh, what did he do here? And then what's this puzzle connecting here?
Yeah.
It's like,
but honestly, do you think it's because it's Kendrick because his history is there's meanings behind his shit?
Of course.
You wouldn't do it to another artist because why would I'm talking
about like, I don't know, like all the other podcasts are like, oh, like Kendrick did this because of this, because X, Y, and Z.
Like some Easter eggs type shit.
Some Easter egg type shit.
Yeah.
I think that's primarily what it was, is that Drake said he's as big as the Super Bowl. Kendrick performed the Super Bowl. I don't know. It just
Yeah, there's a video. I need to watch that video of the Easter eggs.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the Super Bowl.
Do you know what I hated about Super Bowl? Real quick. I hate the new scoreboard.
Oh
I hated
God. That. It was like the blocky letters.
It was just like, it was okay. Like I'm a designer, right?
Yeah.
I hate minimalism sometimes. Minimalism like is the death of like fun. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like you have a green block here, and a red block here, and like where's the fucking like border and like I don't know. I was not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, we did notice
it felt very like Nickelodeon to me.
Yeah,
I wasn't a huge fan of it. And by the way, people call it score bug.
Huh?
Yeah,
the thing on the TV is called a score bug.
Yeah, that's what people were calling it on Twitter. I was like, what's a score bug? I thought a score bug. I thought they were talking about like the score, like Eagles got a score bug. They have 40 points.
Okay, yeah, a score bug.
But they're talking about the scoreboard.
Okay,
which I don't know when we adopted that.
Yeah,
but it sounds stupid.
When you said score bug, I thought that was like a glitch in the.
That too.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, we noticed that too.
But they're referring to the scoreboard.
I see. Yeah, I noticed that too. Like, and it was see through.
It was see through.
Like, there was no, like, I was like, oh man. It was kind of an eyesore.
It was to be honest. Okay, I know what this fucking score is.
Yeah, I know that shit was so big.
Fucking blast it on my face.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the Super Bowl, man. Like, overall, I think it was cool. It was cool.
What'd you do? Did you stay at home?
Oh no, I went to a friend's house, and we it's just kind of like a potluck type thing. But we just brought food and stuff. I brought chow mein again. That's my go-to. There's like a potluck. I got Panda Express chow mein. Order the party tray. Party tray.
That's actually not a bad. I get some.
Yeah. Well, before when we used to do our fantasy football drafts, it would be a potluck as well, and I used to get the 12 taco pack from Taco Bell.
Supreme or regular? See, that's where you lose me. It's just a tortilla, and you know. Do you know what I will say though about potlucks? You know what's like the one thing I see that is not getting eaten sometimes?
What?
Are like desserts, like the cookies or the what's it? Cupcakes.
Yes.
Or like somebody, I remember for my work, somebody baked a cake.
Oh.
And like that shit was like there was like 2 slices.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I feel like also in a potluck, if it's the same kind of homies, you know the ones that are gonna get the dessert. But I don't get the dessert. But it's just crazy because there's like a lot of leftover dessert.
There's a lot of leftover dessert. I mean? Yeah.
Is that something you wouldn't bring? Is dessert? Because you don't want to be eaten.
Yeah. Because I think that's a little too. Because sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want that much sugar. I'm trying to watch my thing. But
but it's a quick thing. That's why you just go to a donut
It's an easy. Yeah. It's like and it's like I don't think anybody's gonna bring cupcakes. Let me bring Eagle cupcakes.
Right. Right.
So.
But yeah. What else they had there? They had like mini sliders.
Okay.
That's probably the best thing there. Pizza as usual. What did you guys order?
We ordered banchan, which is the Korean fried chicken. Which, by the way, Korean fried chicken is fucking expensive. Like it's like ridiculously expensive.
Do you notice a quality as opposed to like Wingstop or something?
Yeah. KFC Korean fried chicken is like my favorite kind of chicken. So yes, there is a difference in quality. It's just like, and it's not just specifically banchan. It's like other places too. It's expensive, man.
Yeah,
and you're getting 12 wings and like 2 sides for like $50.
Yeah. I think because you're paying for the quality, I think it justifies the price because you're paying for the quality. As opposed to getting
that's true
as opposed to getting like 200 wings from Wingstop.
It is better quality than Wingstop, but it's expensive, man.
Yeah. And then you are you're prepping for your
my marathon, my half marathon. Yes, but I'm kind of afraid.
Why?
Because my ankle, my left ankle, my tibialis. I've researched this. My tibialis.
Okay, I know that word. It's like in commercials and stuff.
Is this part?
Okay.
Yeah, it's last Sunday I was gonna do like a run and I was gonna do like an 8 mile, but on mile 6 I fucking felt that shit and like I finished the 6th mile and I was like, fuck, I can't do it anymore.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm kind of afraid, but I'm gonna try these next 2 weeks to like see.
Okay.
But if worse comes to worse, I need to rest it and I need to wrap it when I run.
Did you look up online like the time frame of like?
Oh yeah, dude. Like these shits. I mean, the thing is, I don't know what I have.
Okay.
I'm sure. I think it's not that bad because I don't feel it right now. But sometimes I see like 3-4 weeks type shit.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But
so what are you like? Are you trying to increase each time, or are you just trying to stay at a steady mile?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to stay at within like 8 to 10.
Okay. Because a half marathon is what? How many miles?
13. So I'm trying to be within that range.
Yeah.
But I know that since I'm not getting to that 13 miles, those last like 3 miles is gonna be a fucking grind. Fucking like some Rocky music in the back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I looked up because I was trying to. I forgot what day it was for your race. And then I remembered it was like the rock and roll, like you said, rock and roll thing. Is it a theme? Like, your Santa run?
No, it's just it's
like why is it rock and roll?
That's what the company's called.
Oh,
so there's like a rock and roll San Diego.
Oh,
rock and roll Phoenix.
I see.
And
I see. Because I thought that you'd be running with like people dressed as like Kiss.
No. Oh, I see where the confusion happened. You thought because you thought because I ran as Santa, this is the rock and roll theme.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought
I would have.
I'm not versed in this world. I'm not versed in this world.
If this was rock and roll themed, I think I would have done like. I would have done Blink 182.
I was just thinking that.
First Date.
Okay, with the wig.
With the wig and the mustache. I would have done that.
Nah.
Super niche.
Nah, you wouldn't. That's annoying. You're going to run with a wig and a mustache.
I can run with a wig.
Yeah.
I think. Actually, no, I can't. I'm gonna sweat a lot.
I'm just trying to picture like, okay, so like say you go with a rock and roll theme.
Yeah.
Like what part of it is gonna be rock and roll, and what part of it is gonna be like running athletic?
Okay, first of all, there's nothing rock and roll about this.
No, I know that. I'm just hypothetical.
You're gonna. I mean, when I run Santa, it was just like the fucking like Stark Village.
Yeah.
Was like Santa, but like
okay. No, what I'm saying is like
the fucking course was just like downtown Las Vegas.
Yeah, what I'm saying is the attire, like, because you know your Santa run, there was some people that half dressed like Santa and had like joggers.
Me personally, it's gonna be like 10% because I know better now.
Yeah,
the bit is not worth it.
Yeah.
The bit is not worth it. Which, by the way, I got an Amazon package notification on my watch, right?
Oh yeah, you got notifications from Amazon? I thought that was purely just your body.
No, and I get notifications for everything.
Oh, okay.
But here's the stupid thing. So I bought this. It's called BioFreeze. And like it's like a menthol roller thing.
Oh, okay.
Like sore muscles.
Oh, okay.
So I bought that on Amazon, right? And I don't know if this ever happened to you, but I bought it on Amazon. And I was like, "Oh, quick, okay, cool. It's gonna come on Wednesday, right?"
Okay.
So then I bought it, right? I bought this shit like 2 weeks ago. It wasn't Prime. It wasn't like a Prime 2 day or something.
Okay.
And like I was like, "What the fuck? Why does it say the 12th?" I bought this shit in like fucking January, like 29th. And like I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like. And this was when my ankle started to hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, dude.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know if this ever happened to you. Like do you order shit on Amazon and you realize like that shit comes hella later than what you wanted it to be?
No, because I really like before I order something, I really look at the details.
You really look into it? Okay.
I really look at the details.
Okay.
You know, because I might miss something. But you just was like, oh,
this shit.
Cool.
This shit was okay. This is the stupid thing. I bought it off Amazon and it came from DHL. And I don't know if I know
DHL.
DHL is the international fucking.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are you shipping this from? Like, what the fuck?
My guess is the company is based here, but they get their products out of the country.
I thought that was ridiculous. I was like, wow. I could have gone to Walmart. Like, that's a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
Grabbed it from the BioFree section and just that, and then I would have had it. But no, I was like, you know what? I spent like $9 on this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Okay, because you would rather just have it delivered than
I could have canceled it because it's already shipped.
Yeah.
Like fuck.
So did you use it?
I'm going to use it. I mean, it's outside right now. I'm going to use
it. BioFreeze. Okay. What is BioFreeze? Like, what is it like when it touches your skin? Is it gonna be cold?
It's a menthol. It's like Vicks, but like
Why don't you use Vicks?
But Vicks is so like I just want to apply it and just not have to like wash my hands.
Okay. It's like is it like a stick or like?
No, it's like a roller.
A roller.
It's like it just rolls on your.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But is it gonna smell? Are you gonna smell?
It doesn't smell too much like menthol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I like it though.
Yeah. But. I need to use. I guess I still want the massage gun.
You don't have one?
No.
Oh. I love that thing.
Yeah. That was a thing. Like, I could have sworn I seen like the first
couple months ago.
The first iterations of these like 10 years ago or 5.
Dude, that's just like $15 on Amazon.
Yeah.
So
when I first saw them, I'm like, what is that? It's like massage. It's like
massage. Dude, I love that thing.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Okay. Do you know what's stupid? So I went to sushi yesterday. Sushi. Okay. Let me tell you something about sushi. Sushi's getting expensive these days.
Depend. Well, did you go lunch or dinner?
Dinner.
Okay.
I went for din. And like sushi is like 40. It's like you're spending almost $40 for an ace.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, I remember this shit was like
it's like 20,
30, 20 or like
lunch
25.
Lunch.
Yeah,
it was 20, something like that.
Now you're paying over $30.
Did you get a beer too?
No.
Okay.
I straight up spent $40. Yeah. And I was like, damn, dude, what the fuck is?
That's the thing.
And you know what? The quality of sushi got lower. I feel.
Yes, it did. There's certain places that are good.
Okay.
I think you're saying that because when back in the day, we just went to kind of like the cheaper spots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I just feel like there is no cheap spot anymore.
Yeah, dude. Like, and the thing is, like, you have to go in like fucking starving, like you haven't eaten all day, type thing.
Yeah.
To get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Sometimes like when people take sushi, like lunch breaks, like from work
to get
work
sushi?
lunch break to get sushi.
That's a little too much.
I would understand if you didn't eat breakfast.
See, when you eat heavy meals like that, I want to go sleep after.
Yeah.
You telling me I have to fucking eat sushi and then go back to work? The fuck I look like?
Yeah. Some people do that, man. But yeah, I don't know. Can you justify the price with all you can eat now, or is it like?
I mean, I like sushi, so yes.
Okay.
But it's just like, fuck, dude. Like,
but if you think about it, though, if you get grocery store sushi, which is obviously cheaper, well, kind of, like the quality is not the same as
it's not the same. No, it's not.
So you could kind of justify the price because I feel like grocery store sushi is kind of pricey.
Okay, but like this is what I think about. If I'm spending $40 here, where else can I spend $40?
Food wise,
Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which sometimes I don't really want Korean barbecue because it's kind of like,
and it makes your clothes smell.
Makes my clothes smell.
Yeah.
But sushi, I don't know, and it's just like it's expensive now, and everybody does the same shit. Everybody's a fucking Brooklyn Bridge roll or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Vegas
and like
something roll,
9/11 roll.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know what I'm paying for anymore.
Snow Mountain roll.
Yeah, or like salmon lover. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah. I think once in a while is fine.
Of course. I'm just kind of saying as
a
bitter old man. Sushi is expensive now. It's like, what the fuck?
Would you rather do Korean barbecue or sushi, or is it dependent on your mood?
I'd rather do sushi.
If you're starving, like you haven't eaten all day, are you gonna go sushi or are you gonna go Korean barbecue?
Sushi.
Oh wow.
Sushi, yeah.
I think I'll do Korean barbecue.
Because Korean barbecue, you have to like fucking load the fucking stove. You have to wait till it heats up.
That's not.
And then you're gonna have to cook.
Yeah, that's not how you do it.
What?
I think in Korea, they place the meat, individually to cook it. Like very neat, very neat. But me, I dump.
Yeah, it's all thin sliced meat. What do you want? This is not a fucking fillet.
Yeah, because we're hungry. We should hurry up and cook that shit.
Yeah, it's all gonna be the same. Like, I don't know. Yeah. But Korean barbecue is like, I think that's good. But if you ask me, what would I get if I'm hungry? Like,
you get sushi. Is it because it's cleaner? You just use chopsticks.
It's not so much work as Korean barbecue.
Yeah. Do you still dip it in the soy sauce?
What are you gonna say? Toilet? I heard.
No, I stuttered. In the soy.
Did you guys hear that? I heard toilet. I don't know. I heard toilet.
You still dip it in the toilet? The soy sauce. Do you mix?
No, I don't anymore. That's.
Oh, you used to do that.
I used to do that because of you actually. But now I if I get like a salmon nigiri or whatever, I put a little bit of wasabi on top of it, and then I dip it, and then I dip it in the soy sauce.
So you still eat it with wasabi.
I do, yeah. Well, my nigiri.
I don't. Yeah, no, I don't.
Why?
I don't fuck with wasabi anymore.
I have like a little bit.
I don't even think I showed you that. Are you sure? To mix
Dude, I don't know who it was.
That was not me.
But somebody poured soy sauce.
Yeah. And
then they put a little bit of wasabi and they mixed that.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I showed you that.
Who fucking showed me that shit? That shit was bullshit.
Yeah. You know what Maria does? She takes the salmon part,
okay,
dips it in the soy sauce, and then puts it back on top of the rice. That's how she dips her.
That's doing too much.
It looks cool. It's very, But me, I get the whole thing.
Yeah, I just get the whole thing.
But sometimes my rice like falls in there. Fucking shit, it annoys me. And I gotta pick it up one by one because it looks ugly now. My soy sauce.
Does Murray do that, bro?
Yeah,
I've never
seen
her do that.
Yeah, that's how she dips it.
She better have seen a Japanese dude do that shit.
I think that's a thing.
Is that a thing?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't believe.
Before we go on break, by the way, the red and the green soy sauce. Which one do you choose?
I use this less sodium, but I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like it's equally as unhealthy. But I feel better doing the green.
You think when they refill it, it's the same?
If you blindfolded me and you had me test low sodium and sodium, I probably would not tell the difference. Yeah. So for all I know, it could both be fucking filled with sodium.
If they fucking fill that shit up with the same thing, I'll be so fucking be pissed.
But you have no way to
I know.
prove that.
I know.
Just you gotta just take it.
All right, guys. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. What's up, y'all? Just wanted to take this moment to let you know we have a new YouTube page up. Check out Besides the Point Podcast on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications for new videos coming out. Again, it's Besides the Point Podcast on YouTube. Welcome back to the show. Sorting Hat segment.
Wait, before we get into that,
yes.
It's going to be President's Day.
Uh-huh. I'm working that day.
Huh? You're working that day?
I don't have that day off.
I was going to ask, what's your favorite president? Or who's your favorite president?
My favorite president? I only know this based purely off childhood. But I always like the penny.
Who?
The penny. Abraham
Abe?
Lincoln. Yeah.
Honest Abe?
Yeah. Well, and I also saw Lincoln.
Oh, with
what's his name?
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yep.
Really?
I watched that movie.
That's your favorite president?
I mean, that's the most I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying like Calvin Coolidge because he has a cool name.
Okay, so you like presidents with cool names. Henry Hoover. Was he a president?
I don't know.
Because I think of the Hoover Dam.
Henry Hoover? I don't think it's Henry.
Harry?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And also vacuum. Also vacuum. Hoover vacuum.
Is that named after the president?
No, I'm just saying like you have a cool name, so it connects to everything.
Oh, okay.
Like Lincoln, the vehicles.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I just like Calvin Coolidge. That's a cool. That's a cool name. Yeah. That's a cool name.
Imagine if your name was Christian Coolidge.
It's a cool.
That's pretty cool.
That sounds like a superhero. I'm like an Iceman.
It rolls off the tongue too.
Christian Coolidge.
I don't serious. Yes. I don't think Jules Coolidge is.
No.
There's too much unique.
Jules Coolidge. Sounds like oozing. Jules Coolidge. I feel like if you have a last name like Coolidge, right?
Yeah.
You have to keep the alliteration going, like Calvin Coolidge, Christian Coolidge.
There's a certain number of syllables too.
Yeah.
Like Jules one. Jules Coolidge. Like Christian Coolidge, that's like bang, bang, bang.
It's two syllable.
Two and two. Two and two.
Calvin. It's two.
Correct. Jewel, that's one. It doesn't roll it off. It doesn't roll off as well. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's President's Day. That's our talk about President's Day. Abe Lincoln and Calvin Coolidge.
All right. Sorry, had segment. I think I pulled last time. Oh, please.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
What?
I swear, if this is another video game thing, I'm ripping it up and putting it the shit back.
We got to skip it because we talked about a lot
of video games this evening. How to start a podcast.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a unique one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. We didn't talk about this. Yes.
I like that response. Ooh. Tasty.
Yeah. That's a
okay.
Good
So
one.
we've been podcasting for like a year.
It's more than a year now.
Year and some change.
Yeah.
If this started again tomorrow, what's like the first thing that
I didn't know anything?
You know the things you know now.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying
well, we need a machine.
Well, yeah. You know what, dude? You know what? You know what the fuck you need? Lights.
Yes. Yes, dude.
If you look back at our fucking first episode, we had no lights.
And the thing is, we tried to keep it consistent, like because Christian, then he would come over to
your house,
my house, right? And we try to keep it consistent to where like he would come like where there's like daylight.
Yeah.
So if we weren't consistent and he would come at night, the room lighting, it does not work.
Sucks.
It does not work.
Yeah.
So you need
lighting.
Yeah, you need.
That's very fucking important.
I think our least watched video was the darkest one.
Like, it's funny because
that shit had like 20 views.
When we first started, it would start at like light outside, and then when we ended, it's like fucking hella dark in the room.
Yeah.
But I think okay,
sure.
so
lighting's,
like okay,
lighting's
so
a good one. Lighting's a good one.
So wait, so okay, so
machine.
to kind of backtrack that though,
Mm-hmm.
I think that like okay, so because you were very much not against, but doing video. Like I remember you wanted to just keep it as audio.
Yeah, in the very beginning, right? I was still kind of like getting into podcasts, like watching them and like listening to them and stuff. And I kind of want to just in the beginning, I just wanted it to be just purely audio because it's a podcast, right?
Right.
So, but then as I started watching YouTubers that have podcasts, I just think that it's more enjoyable watching.
Yeah,
you
video.
know, people actually like see us talk and stuff.
Yeah, because I watch some podcasts too on YouTube.
Yeah,
and they do a lot more like on video.
Yeah,
like they show pictures.
Yes,
or like maybe they're dressed something like Halloween-y or something like that. So there's a lot more like yes, the audio aspect is obviously important, but the other aspect like you need to worry about is the visual.
Yes, because there's certain things that we talk about and. It's better to see it visually as we're talking about it.
Right.
Like when I talked about that spider story I had when I was trying to catch one.
Yeah.
Like because Christian threw up pictures on there, so you guys could see what the fucking spider looked like.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. But what is your what do you think? Like if it was start tomorrow,
man, you know something that we struggled a lot with in the beginning was. What the fuck do we talk about? You know, and I think that like obviously like it took a couple tries, but because I remember your original idea for this podcast was like we'll just freestyle everything.
Yeah.
Which we kind of quickly realized that it's hard to do that every single episode.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what we're gonna talk about, and there's times when the conversation would kind of like.
Yeah,
I don't know, be kind of struggling a little bit because there was no structure to it. So I think like if you're going to start a podcast, I think it's really important to think about how you're going to structurally, what you're going to talk about structurally during the hour, you know, or like maybe like an outline of what you could talk about. Because like obviously like I think the beauty in podcast is like there's like a bit of randomness to it sometimes, which we do still keep.
Yes.
But I do think it's important, like, to have like maybe prompts or I don't know, just something to like structure the hour so you're not just freestyling it and like rushing in your mind. Like, oh, what should we talk about?
Yeah, or like the day before, coming up with something to talk about.
Yeah, that was hard too. Yeah,
because I feel like the second half of the videos in our early videos, like I literally came up with something the day before or the day of I don't know. I think we did a lot of lists. If you look at our old videos, like a lot of lists, and a lot of games.
And we try to do like articles, but that was so hard to do the week prior. Because, you know, we have full-time jobs and like we don't do this like every day. Like, you know, so it was hard to like do that and then come here and then because sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
And you would come up with something. But like over time, that's like hard to do that every single time. You know?
Yeah, I would like, and then you'd get in like kind of like a writer's block where it's like, oh, we did that already. So like, what else are we gonna do? You know what I mean? One thing that I really wanted to, I guess the main thing that I wanted for this podcast was the quality of it, like especially the audio part. That's why me and my brother invested in this in the Rodecaster Pro. That's what we use because I feel like when I listen to like people who are just starting off podcasts, I'm not hating on the people that like use like computer audio or like some kind of like or their phone, but like I really wanted the quality to be like crisp and like you could listen to us in your car and it feels like kind of like a radio kind of talk show type like sound.
Yeah, the audio is really good.
Like to be fair, like if I were to listen to like a podcast and it's like kind of muffled and like
sometimes they record it on like Skype or something.
Yeah, it's just me personally, it kind of throws off my listening. You know what I mean? Like I would like to hear someone as if they were right next to me in my ear. They're talking.
Yeah, and like I think that kind of goes with like the visual component too. With me, is that I mean, obviously, like we haven't done shit to our set. I mean, the set is my fucking living room.
That's one thing that we're improving on. Trying to improve.
But that's also another thing is that like I do believe that like if you put quality in like the audio and like the visual component, and I think that like it makes it feel real.
Yes.
Like it makes it feel like we're doing a podcast.
Or like you're in the room with us. And,
right.
You know.
It's not like, oh, we have like these like just random chairs and just random shit everywhere. And like, you know, I think that it's very important that I know a set design is like is a luxury. Yeah. But like, you know, that's also I think a huge component to like because again, like, you know, you want to put out quality work.
Yeah.
You know.
I think so far we had 3 set changes. It was my house and then your room and then this room.
But that's the one thing that's like kind of hard because like that requires like more money.
Yeah. So. But I'm trying to think of what else we worked. I mean, really, the Rodecaster has everything in the box. The thing too was the audio, like the sound, because sometimes like our early videos, I felt like the sound was low. Like our voices. Yeah. So what a good thing to do is maybe listen to a podcast that you like, and then or ours, and then kind of if you know when you start starting to make your own podcast, try to match the audio. Like listen to ours first, and then like hear yours.
It's a good one.
And then you could like level it out that way, because that's what I was doing. Like I was listening to like. When we first started our podcast, I was listening to other podcasts, and I was like, "Wait, our audio seems lower than these guys." And I like the level of theirs. So I was like, okay, let me. But the thing is, I kind of gradually increased it so that I would go back to the episode and be like, okay, it maybe need a little bit more, and then I would just. So the one we have now, I feel like is perfect.
You got the right settings.
Yeah. So you have to play with the whatever. If you do end up getting a Rodecaster. Kind of play with the settings and see what like you guys like.
And also, I think another thing that has to be brought up is like consistency. I like sometimes like, and this is all just like learning moments that I think me and you like have come across. Because sometimes like, you know, sometimes our schedule is busy, or like, you know, you could do this day but not this day. But I remember one time we missed a week.
Yeah.
And I think that video got like not as much views. And so I don't know exactly the algorithm for YouTube or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But if you aren't consistent, then the algorithm like almost like punishes you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like consistency is very important when I think you do anything.
Yeah.
But specifically the topic, or you know, for podcasting, is also very important. So if you are going to start a podcast, it's very important that you're consistent with when you're releasing your content, both YouTube and audio.
Yeah,
and try not to miss like a week of that, because.
And I feel like if as soon as you start garnering like listeners and viewers, they're going to remember when you post.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for
Yeah.
On a Tuesday, if you're
yeah, because I know with my like the ones that I watch or listen to, like it's kind of like I'm feeding for more, and I'm like, dang, like I gotta wait till this day.
Yeah.
Because then they'll have a new episode. I'm like really like excited for. You know what I mean?
And
so,
I think another thing too that has to be talked about is like how much work. Because like again, we know me and you we work full-time jobs, and I'm assuming whoever, if you're gonna start a podcast, like you are working full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And then you're doing podcasts on the side.
Yeah.
And so you won't have a lot of time. Me personally, I don't have a lot of time to like edit videos and shit like that. So that's kind of why our video and audio are staggered, is because we release like day of or like the next day.
We try to keep it the day of. We don't really know the time, but right. I try to keep it to where like the audio will be posted Thursday.
And so then now, once you have the audio ready, then I have to take it to the video editing portion of it.
Yes.
So,
yes. And I try to pick a day too, where it's like, okay, I know I have this time frame to edit audio, or this time frame to edit video, because I feel like what we have now is like working for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like on Thursdays, like I always have time to like edit the audio, or actually like sometimes Wednesday nights I'll edit the audio, but if I have to push it to Thursday, then I can, because I know that it has to be posted by Thursday. So yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I try to edit it as soon as I can if I have time. So you guys have to just try to find your time frames of doing these things, because again, it's about consistency. And I think the more consistent, it's like the more comfortable you'll be with doing it.
Yeah, and I think another thing too is I think you have to pick the right people that you want to do a podcast with. I think that's very important. In
terms of what?
In terms of like how the chemistry
of
you two are.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I would watch like podcasts, like sometimes I wonder, like, do you ever watch like podcasts that are like have like 100 views?
Yeah, I do.
And I watch those podcasts, and like, there's literally like 6 people on the same podcast, and like,
yeah,
some of them, like, I don't know how the chemistry with them is.
I mean, do you like watch it kind of the whole way through?
Not the whole way through. I maybe watch like, I don't know, like 2 minutes of it. But I do think it's important because, again, like, if you're trying to come up with content, which is that's the end of the day. Like, what are you gonna do for content for a podcast?
Yes.
Yes. Which is like, AKA, what did you do this week? What did you, and then also you also have to make sure the other person that you're talking to can like bounce off you as well.
Yeah. I think for the most part, most podcasts are going to be started with like the group of people have known each other for a long time. Sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think I remember one podcast where it was purely just for the podcast. Like but the chemistry worked, them two. But it's like, I think it's easier when it's like, someone already.
Yeah.
Like you have a long friendship with them. Because you already know how they'll tell a story or how they'll like react to things. And
that's the thing, though, is like podcasts. I think podcasting is different.
That's true. We did have a hard time in the beginning because with us not knowing how to go.
Yeah, and then that falls again with like the structure of like.
Yeah.
And you know what too is that like me and my brother, we used to like not tell each other like what are we gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Which is good, and it has its good and bad, but I think it's more important that you do talk about, because literally I don't know if this ruins the magic, but me and my brother, we do talk about, like, prior to recording, we do talk about like what are we gonna talk about. So like, I'd be like, hey, I got, I literally, like, when I first see my brother, I'm like, hey, whoa, what are we going to talk about for the podcast?
Yeah.
And so like, did you do anything this week? Did I do anything this week?
Yeah.
So we have a conversation of like, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
And then when we, when we do record, for example, like this episode.
Yeah.
Like the huge topic was the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then again, like structurally, like, yes, we talk about the Super Bowl, but like what we talk about within that is kind of up to us.
Yeah.
Like,
do you also feel like when we talk on the podcast, it's like we're on a show? I mean, we are. I mean,
yeah.
But it's like it's just weird because when the lights are off, the cameras are off, and it's just back to us. Like, I don't think we talk the same as here, in like kind of in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like I said too, I think I talked about this before, but like I do think that like we do have a different like character.
Yes.
Like
I think you said that. You did say that.
Like you I think people characterize you as like, oh, Jules like has more of like a free mind.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'm more like grounded, I guess, in my like the way I choose things and stuff.
Yeah. And I think when you guys start your podcast, is you gotta have to like get into that comfort zone of like trying to figure out
who are you,
because you're still yourself, but it's like
it's a podcast version.
It's a podcast version. Yes.
Yeah. And you know what too? Something. I think something too that we really, I think we're really critical about in the beginning was whether or not this episode was good. Because whether we did something funny or we said something funny, because I feel like in the beginning, I feel like if we weren't funny or if nothing really happened, then it was a bad episode.
Yeah.
Which I think that's like, obviously like when you're first starting, it's like, oh, it's very exciting. But like there are going to be episodes when me and you don't say like anything. Obviously, like we'll probably say something funny.
Yeah.
But like there's episodes where it's just like a normal conversation. And I think that you have to get into the mentality of like, there's going to be days like that. And that doesn't dictate that, oh, this is a bad episode.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just an episode.
Yeah.
And then you're on to the next week.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it.
I think on my part in the beginning, I was trying to force being funny.
Right. Yeah.
And like over time, I learned like just talking normally.
Just being more natural.
Being more natural is the way to go. I mean, I know probably for you guys, it'll probably be like kind of you'd probably be nervous in the beginning. But I still think you should just be yourselves and not try to force. Like for example, if it's a comedy podcast, don't try to force don't say shit just to get a reaction. You think
it's funny,
yeah? Because there were times I would do that and I shouldn't have said that, and then sometimes we edit it out because it's like it doesn't work.
You have the power of editing.
Yes,
power of editing.
Yes,
you can edit stuff.
Yeah, but I learned that like you could just me and my brother could just have a conversation on a mic, and I think that's like. It's good enough. Yeah, and I don't even care if it's good or bad.
You have to think that like people listen to you not because you're funny, but because like for example, like we're brothers, but we have differing opinions on things. That I think that is, but in doing so, it is funny sometimes.
Yes,
but it's not really like we aren't. This isn't predicated on the fact that we're funny. This is based on the fact that we're brothers.
Right.
And
yeah. But yeah, I was trying like just be yourselves, and it'll just come naturally over time. Because I feel like by like episode 30, I was like, yeah,
let's do this shit.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk.
I had huge like, I was like, oh man, like I don't know if this is a funny episode. I don't know if we talked. I don't know if this topic is interesting. But
there are times where we would kind of go in depth on things, like kind of deep on like internal stuff, like self-care, stuff like that. So that's okay. Like, even if you are like trying to be a comedy podcast, because sometimes people want to hear that too. They want to hear other sides of you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think what I'm trying to say is don't get caught up on fact of whether or not it was a good episode.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I thought. I thought every episode needed to be like, oh, we're saying some funny shit.
Yeah.
But not every episode is like that.
Yeah.
And not every conversation that we have is gonna be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's kind of what I learned.
You're gonna realize that too with the number of episodes you're gonna have. Like, I don't even know what number we're on right now, but it's just like, it's just another episode. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just another.
I think okay.
Like
I think you just have to remember why you are doing a podcast in the first place.
Yes.
Because the reason why me and my brother do this podcast is so that we can have a conversation with each other and also hang out with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And this gives us opportunity because I don't he doesn't live with us anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't really see him that much.
Yeah.
Now I do once a week.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
Well, sometimes on the weekend.
On the weekend, yeah, sometimes. Yeah. But like that's the kind of purpose of our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you're gonna start one, just remember why you started it. Not because you want to be funny or just maybe you're a group of friends and you want to hang out and maybe that's your thing.
Yeah. Are you surprised it's been a year? Or like over a year? I feel like we just like, to me, like we're almost to 100 episodes.
You know what too? I'm not surprised because like when we first started recording, I hated the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird. Like,
yeah. But we still wanted to do one, like a podcast.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe because we didn't hear, like, this is our first time.
I've always hated the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
Until I started podcasting.
Yeah.
And I've listened to my voice like a million times now.
And you're like, oh,
I was just like, oh, that's just Christian.
Do you think you changed your voice a little bit?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I definitely changed the way I approach like coming in to this like thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not the way I fucking talk.
Yeah, and I think if you guys do this consistently, man, you're gonna realize, like, bro, like you're gonna have a lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you can't get.
It's crazy. Like,
you cannot get caught up on like little things that you get caught like that you critique yourself on. Because the next time you know is like you're like already 5 episodes like later.
Yep.
So it's like there's really no point.
I will say in the very beginning when we first started, I would listen to our episodes like multiple times.
I still listen to ours sometimes.
Yeah, I still listen to ours. Like probably not as much as before though. Like remember like our first episode, first five episodes. Like I was listening to that. Like I don't know if it was because I was like worried about how I sounded, or like if the quality was what I wanted. You know what I mean? But you're gonna get used to that. You're gonna like, and then sooner or later you're just gonna hit record in the song. You know what I mean? Okay,
so to recap this half, what is the most important thing that what's the most important takeaway that people should know about when starting a podcast?
I think you always have to look for improvement, and like try to build on like what you want out there. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like try to like improve, because like we just started off with like the machine
and the camera.
Yeah, and camera was later actually. We didn't have camera for like the first 7 episodes because it was just.
Well, we had a camera, but you didn't want to.
No, it's true.
Yeah, we didn't want to record.
Yeah. But see, there you go. Like it's just you just keep building.
Yeah,
you got lights, and I mean, hopefully for us personally, like a set at some point. But
yeah,
you always just gotta like build on it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, what's yours?
I mean,
I think consistency. That's the main thing.
Consistency, and definitely try to structure your episodes. Talk to the people that you're making a podcast with. Be like, hey guys, what do you want to talk about today? Because that, I'm telling you, like, you don't want to be like minute 40 and you're like, fuck, what do we talk about? Or like, oh my god, this topic didn't really last that long.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's important to be like, okay, like I did this. I had sushi yesterday. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I had the Super Bowl. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's important to know like what you're gonna talk about so that you aren't just fumbling around with the topics while you're recording.
I think this is why the second half of the, because she came up with the idea of the sorting hat segment,
and this is why we have the sorting hat because we needed a we needed topics that we could talk about, and I thought it was more interesting if it was just random, right? And now I'm pretty sure probably people like know now that that's how we structure our episodes. Yeah. That the first half is like a catch up, maybe something like important happened, like the Super Bowl. We'll talk about that. And the second half is our sorting hat segment, which we pick a topic and then we just talk about that for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's just how we structure our episode.
And after doing that, like the structure has become so much easier.
After we had a structure, I don't even have to think about I don't think about that. What do we do next episode?
Yeah. I was actually excited when we pulled this one. I was like, wow. That's something that's not video games. So like,
no, not video games. Fucking Philippines.
We can really talk. We can really talk about.
We need to actually look in that hat and just see the remaining topics and just like kind
of
vet.
Yeah, we need to make more.
Yeah, we need to make more. But yeah, I think that's what it. I think consistency, structure, and then
I think with us doing the sorting hat segment, I don't know if it's like because we got better. Or like we were more comfortable, but like the fact that we pull out a topic and just talk about it is crazy.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like that's the secret. I'm saying that's the secret sauce in fucking podcasts.
Yeah.
You need to find an infinite thing that you can just make content out of.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. If you're just if you are just thinking it every single week, like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this. Oh, I'm gonna talk about this every single week. That's a lot of fucking brain power. And so like it's just important to find that infinite thing that you can talk about every single episode.
Yes.
So
all right, guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Besides the Point. If you are going to start a podcast, we wish you guys luck. Hopefully you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.